Hey guys, Tyler here. I just got home from work. Hey guys, Tyler here. I just got home from work. So yeah, dinner. Dinner right now. $800. 700, 800, Debbie. 600. 600. 550. Thank you, Sharon. 550. What's price we giving you on? Actual retail price. 570. Okay. Yeah, guys, I just got home from work. I'm making dinner. So yeah, I'm making dinner right now. I've overheated the heater, so that sucks. But yeah, I'm just relaxing, having dinner for dinner. That's all.
Years in Aquarius, others in Cancer, for a longer time and forever.
Hey, pizza. Pizza time. Okay, guys, Tyler here. So, pizza's in the oven. I'm just got work, so I'm just chilling, getting something done. That's about it. Just looking for something to put on TV while I eat my loving dinner or lunch, what I call it.
You will be camping, and you are only allowed to eat what you find dead at the side of the road.
What do you mean, roadkill?
Yeah, you're only allowed. It's on the yes.
So that's animals that we find by the side of the road dead.
Yeah, that's our supper.
Hey, just think about it. You can prepare the food, like for cooking, wash it. I can then cook it. James can dress for dinner.
Okay. Oh, what's this? Yeah, let's go to YouTube. But you guys have something to say up in the chat. I'll read it. We're going to be on for a while. I'm not using my code. Let me guess. Four years ago.
I recommend La Roche-Posay Body Care. Reduces severe dryness. Starting in the shower.
And you're still using the same cable network?
Nope, I'm using Frontier.
I'll tell you what's next. A little insurance policy called Directive 4. My little contribution to your psychological profile. Any attempt to arrest a senior officer of OCP results in shutdown. What did you think? You were an ordinary police officer? You're our product. And we can't very well have our products turning against us, can we?
Wow, a year ago, 90 pounds.
Still a little fight. Oh, maybe you'd like to meet a friend of mine. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
This video is rated R. Please give us your access code. Okay.
I've invented something. I call it the horseless carriage. Now, I know you all like your horses and you like your carriages and you like the whole lifestyle, but I think you're going to really like this. Just give it a shot. I think it's going to catch on. Onward! Last year I told you why you shouldn't buy this mower, and it's almost entirely because of the batteries. For whatever reason, Ryobi decided to put lead-acid batteries in this thing, and after a mere 1 year of using this, it lost enough capacity where I couldn't mow my entire yard on a single charge. Now, after another year of service, that's 2 years total for you keeping track at home, the batteries have lost so much capacity I can't even get through a third of my yard on a single charge. And they're so weak, this mower now bogs down on the thinnest of grass. These batteries are toast, and it's time for an upgrade. It's time to give this thing proper lithium batteries. You know, like Ryobi should have done from the beginning. Oh, I found the controllers.
On one video. I'll make some money.
Listen, this might be easy. Let's get it off before I say that. All right, there's lots of observations here, but first of all, kudos to Ryobi. Taking this thing apart was super easy. All of the fasteners were exactly the same. No dip.
So stay out here for a little bit? Yeah.
You can hire, manage, pay, and develop a global workforce, all while staying compliant.
Febreze.
Still living with odors? Get back in there and freshen
It's so
instantly with
stupid.
Febreze Air Mist. Febrze's fine mist floats longer in the air to fight even your toughest odors. So long, sticky smell, and hello, amazing freshness. Febreze Air Mist.
This video is sponsored by Simply Safe. More on that later. Hi! I'm up to 11 cars in my stead now, which means I now have more cars than chickens. What's that? Is that right? Unsurprisingly, a lot of my audience has lost track of what
So I'm gonna see what Chili Pizza.
So it's time for a fleet update. Heck and body roll, man. Speed. And what better place to start than with my daily driver, Coda. Coda number 1, the one that's in stock configuration. I've put 1,500 miles on this car so far, and it's been my number 2 go-to daily driver. You'll see number 1 in a second. And all I've had to do to keep it on the road is replace both front wheel bearings twice. That's reasonable, right? Joking aside, I really do like this Coda. It's just objectively not very good. I like it a lot, though. Legitimately, I do drive this almost every day. It's my go-to short trip car. I've even started to take it on some longer trips. And yes, I do still have the 2 CVT prototype cars. They're parts cars, and nothing has changed with them, so I'll move on. They're just sitting here waiting to be dismantled. Do you remember my Fiesta ST? My favorite car, my pride and joy, the thing that was a lot of fun in all situations? Well, last month, I unceremoniously dumped off my favorite car at CarMax. And my significant other, who had a Volvo XC90, she also dumped off her car unceremoniously at CarMax. And we combined the capital from selling those 2 cars together to buy our first joint purchase, which was
a Volvo, manual Volvo.
That's right. We done and bought a Volvo.
So hey guys, out of here. Yeah, staying on here for a little bit because I'm gonna have dinner in a little bit. So
It does have a turbocharged
It is cold in here, yes. It's like 3 degrees outside, and that's it.
Oh, the right sound. And yes, it does look amazing. The front looks good, but how about that butt? That's a nice
So
butt.
we're staying here for a while. I got me some RC and a tea. I'm going to drink this RC first, and a tea.
150,000 miles, and I love it. I like it a lot. The yoga hasn't changed basically at all since I picked it up. I've been ordering parts for it, gathering parts like the steering right here that's in this box. Nothing has changed. Just sitting here waiting patiently for me to work on it. This is a sooner rather than later project, so I'll get to it when I'm done. But for right now, just sit there waiting for me to work on it. I've been occupied with a much bigger project lately while the weather's been nice. The bus! I've been working on the bus again, and all I've been doing for the past 3 weeks or so is body work.
So yeah, guys.
My daily video series last year, I started the process of what I call de-school busification.
So yeah, guys. It is cold right now. Tomorrow's gonna be nice and warm, but yeah, today's gonna be cold. Tomorrow we're gonna do some more videos. Like I said, I just got for work, so yeah, we're just doing this for a little bit of fun.
And also make it look a little bit less like a school bus. Now, I was under no assumption in the process of removing these rub bars and filling in all these screw holes and everything and making it look seamless would be easy or quick. But I didn't expect it to take this long. Like I already said, I've been working on this bus for the past 3 weeks or so. Not nonstop, obviously. I've been stopping every 3 or 4 days to work on the video. But this is as far as I've gotten, and the other side is less finished than this side.
So yeah, right now I'm just taking a look at something real quick here. But yeah, guys, we're doing pretty good.
And my God, is it boring and tedious work. My hat goes off to all the body workers out there. And the worst part about all of this is that all of this
The hell?
process is going to result in like a minute of footage in the final video. It won't be much. And then when I finish all of this stuff, then I have to put in the sheet metal on the side, finish enclosing the roof, enclose the back, put in all the windows, all that stuff. And then part 4 of the bus project series will come out. So it's going to be a while before you see part 4 of the bus project series. Just know that I'm actively working on the bus in between videos and as much as I can.
Starting in January, you could get a refund advance
What the hell?
up to $4,000 when you file with H&R Block. It's a slam dunk. Did you know cheese?
I mean, what can I say? I'm a bit uncomfortable myself. Nothing fancy. I still got it. And you won't believe I had the hair. And boy, did I have hair. I was like the Black Barbie.
Three. Okay. We're staying out here, guys. I just hit some wrong buttons.
The video is sponsored by Simply Safe. More on that later. Hi. I'm up to 11 cars in my stead now, which means I now have more cars than chickens. What's that? Is that right?
My tablet's off, so yeah.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
This is live. Go, man.
What? Lonely? I'm right here. You want a red friend? I'm sorry I'm not communist enough for you. Literally red. How can I do that? I only have one skin. You're talking about a new car, aren't you? You want a new...
Hey guys, Chris Fix here, and we are back with episode 3 of Project Police Interceptor, where we wire together all our police lights. We have Hey guys, Chris Fix here, and we are back with episode 3 of Project Police Interceptor, where we wire together all our police lights. We have front visor lights, we have a rear traffic advisor, we have a LED light bar, we have little LEDs, and we have a dash cam, plus miles and miles of wire. I cannot wait to get this all in there and see this thing light up. Depending on the laws in your area, you might or might not be able to wire lights to your vehicle. If you're a first responder, you might be able to run red and blues, you might be able to run just blues, or you might be able to run orange lights. It all depends on your local laws. If you're not a first responder, police officer, first aid, firefighter, this video is still going to show you how to wire stuff properly, and just the process of building
What's wrong,
a
you
police
two,
car,
huh?
all the little intricacies that it has, the little features that the P71 has, and it's just kind of a unique build, like whoever gets to build a police car, not many people, so that's pretty sweet. Now that being said, we had the permits for the state that this car is going to be used in. Now listen closely, this car specifically is being used by a police officer to go to and from work. He lives 2 hours away from where he works, he encounters many traffic accidents and many officer assists, where he pretty much sees a police officer on the side of the road that needs help. That is why this car is being made. So he's always the first one there at an accident, or he's always assisting officers. He was almost hit once because his daily driver doesn't have lights on it. It's not going to be used to pull people over or whatever you guys are fantasizing about. It's strictly going to be used for assisting in accidents and assisting officers on his way to work. I think I made that pretty clear, so let's get to the fun stuff. Oh, by the way, check this out. How good do those wheels look? I need to clean up the tires and make them look black. But those rims are looking gorgeous on this car. And I'm going to have a video all on how to paint your rims. I'm going to be painting them black. This is what they used to look like. They had these cheap hubcaps. I don't really like the look on those, and neither did the officer. So we're changing it up. Underneath those hubcaps are these disgusting rims. And then after we paint and prep those rims, it turns into this. Now that video is going to be awesome, so stay tuned for that. And now that you got all the background information, let's begin episode 3 of Project Police Interceptor. So as you guys know, whenever you do a project, whether it's a big project like Project Police Interceptor or a little project like putting in a light bar, you want to outline what you're doing.
When you decide that you need dentures, knowing who to trust with that decision can be difficult. Hi, I'm Dr. Guy Moore with H&M Tue. We have over 25 years of experience with our in-office labs to help ensure a good fit and appearance, surgery and dentures the same day, sedation to keep you comfortable, and easy financing to help you afford it. Dentures couldn't be easier. For a limited time, we're offering $500 off a set of dentures. So come see us and discover what trusted dentistry is all about.
We have a huge selection of top brands of campers at Lakeshore RV, including rugged toy hauler, custom fifth wheels,
Hello?
and travel trailers that are perfect for your family.
This is a cop.
Get the lowest price in the nation and take home your perfect RV with our deep discounts and special no money down financing.
Mom, I have a kid.
We're getting top
I had kids.
so there's never been a better time to upgrade. Hurry in and take advantage of additional savings of up to $500 off of all inventory. Stop in today and start building family memories with Lakeshore RV Center on Apple Ave in Muskegon.
So there are 5 main things we're going to be doing for this project. The first thing is going to be installing these red and blue traffic visors and also a dash cam. The second thing we're doing is mounting a rear traffic advisor. This sits on the rear deck, just like that. The third thing we're doing is mounting a light bar in the front grille area. The fourth thing we're doing is we're going to mount these mini LEDs right under the bumper, which is going to look awesome. You just wait and see. And the fifth thing we're going to do is we're building a center console to mount all the controls and switches in. I'll go over how to make a center console. You'll see the whole process. But for now, it's going to house our siren box here. That's going to go like somewhere over here. There's going to be switches to control the lights right over here. And then this is going to be a compartment that could hold the gun for transportation to and from the station. Everything we're wiring up, from the visor lights to the rear traffic visor to the front lights to the siren, they're all going to be wired right here. So as we install everything, the wires will end up right here. So that's the importance of having a plan for your build. Trust me, draw it out, think it out, whatever you need to do. It'll make the project go as smooth as possible. Now let's get started. All right, the first lights we're going to mount are these front visor lights. The reason why these are called visor lights is because these clip right to where the visor meets the headliner. Pretty simple install. Firemen and EMS use these all the time. It's a hideaway type light. The install looks clean, so let's get it in there. All right, we'll do one visor at a time. We'll get these out of the way. And you can see, it's going to slide right underneath this. So we just need to loosen that up just a little bit. And the same here, there's 3. We loosen that up just a little bit. And then these forks are going to slide in just like that. All right, so let's loosen these up. And I'm going to have...
Hey guys, just having dinner.
And the officer is calling me. What are the odds of that? And I'm going to have to call him back because we're getting episode 3 of Project Police Interceptor done. So we're going to loosen up these 3 bolts that hold the visor in. Okay, so with these visor bolts loose, we can slide the lights in. Just need to slip these bad boys in there. All right, and they're in. This side looks great, but the problem is this side doesn't want to go all the way in because we have 1, 2, 3 bolts holding it in. And one of the bolts is blocking the fins from sliding in. So I'm going to trim one of the fins so we can slide it in more, and then that should work.
Hey guys, just having dinner. It's 2:33. I'm having dinner because I didn't have lunch today. I usually get lunch, so yeah. I'm having lunch right now. This is telling you my dinner. So that's lunch. Thinking about RC, and what do you do up here?
Make sure the end here isn't sharp because you'll cut the headliner if it is. Let's try this again. Good. Now let's tighten up the visor bolts. Get this nice and snug so it doesn't slide out. Tighten up the other one. That's 1, 2, and 3. Make sure that it's in there good. And this is solid. Now we need to remove that plastic shield that goes on here. It's protecting this. I'm going to scrape off this sticker too. And we're going to put a little piece of felt right up against the glass. So if it vibrates, it doesn't tap against the glass, it taps against the felt. It'll just make it a lot quieter. And since this is mounted in, we'll take off the screws that bolt into the actual light. Here and here. That's 1 and 2. And this slides right out. I don't know why, but I love peeling this stuff off. Now we have our felt. Got to peel that sticky backing off and tape it right to the part that's going to rest against the windshield, just like so. Good. And now we can slide this back in here and screw down the light. Okay. Now I want to make sure that the light sits as tight as possible up against the windshield. So I'm going to loosen up the side screws and push the light up to force it against the glass. So now with this loose, I'm pushing upwards and tightening the screws to hold it in place. That's tight, and that's tight. And that's all it takes. Now this is nice and tight. You can hit the buttons. It's not going anywhere, and it's mounted flush against the windshield. Now I'm going to fly through the other side because you know how it's done. Just like doing your first brake job. The first side takes some trial and error, and the second side goes a lot faster. All right, with the passenger side and driver's side in, we'll connect the 2 clips and tuck it into the headliner for a nice, clean, wire-free install. Before you know it, look at that. Now that looks good. With those wires tucked in, we come over here, and then we have our...
Anything you guys want to say? Put in the chat, I'll read it.
And we want to tuck this in.
Anything you guys say? You put in the chat, I'll read it for you guys. I'll read it.
We're running all our wires to the passenger side floorboard right over here. We'll start by getting it around this A-pillar plastic molding. And basically, we want the wire to be hidden, so slip it behind the plastic and weather stripping, so it's out of sight. Run it all the way down the door. Take off the plastic trim here and here. We're going to cut the light cigarette lighter adapter because it's not what we're going to be using. Let's pull up the carpet and snake that freshly cut wire under the carpet, across. We'll put that carpet back for now. And there you go. Our first light is done. All right, so they're wired in. And the reason why we're going to the center for the center console is because you can see right here, these wires coming through here. Well, these wires are from the old center console that was in here. And they're hot wires, so there's 12 volts running to them. They didn't do a very good job cutting them and capping them. They should have taped them up, but that's not the point. The point is we're going to run all our wires for all our lights and all of our accessories right here for for the center console, and that's how we're going to power them. Since we're still working at the front of the car, let's go install our dash camera. Every police officer needs a dash camera so that what happens is recorded. This camera shoots in HD, it's wide angle, and we're going to mount it right up here. And then we're going to take this wiring harness and we're going to run it the same way we ran it with our visor lights, all the way down. And I'm going to run it to our center console right here. Now that mirror is set up the way the officer likes it, and I think this dash cam would go great right behind the mirror, just like that. You can't see it, it's not in the way, and it's basically there only if you ever need it. And this suction cups right to the glass, like so. Got to plug in the power cord so when the car turns on, the camera turns on. And you can see that it's aimed perfect. I just need to get a memory card for this. And we'll run the wires across the headliner, behind the A-pillar trim, and down the same way we ran the visor lights. And that's all there is to it. A nice, clean, quick install. You can't even see it. So let's move on to our next step, the rear light bar. Now our rear light bar is going to be mounted right back here. It's going to look something like this. And it'll screw right into here. So we have to get to this deck cover here because this is just cardboard. So we want to be able to put a bolt through here with big washers so it supports it. Our cable is going to be running on the passenger side because the passenger side has a special tunnel for the cables, this plastic tunnel right here that all the cables run through. So that's why we're picking the passenger side to run the wires to the front. So in order to get to the back here, we're going to have to remove the seats. The seat bottom is really easy to pull out. You just lift up from the front and you can pull it out. Now getting this part of the seat out is a little bit more of a pain. The seat belts have to get undone. So we'll take off the passenger side seat belt first. This is an 18 millimeter. There we go. Good. Take the belt off, and now the seat bracket is loose. So let's remove the belt from the driver's side. Good. And then the back of the seat lifts right out. Just like so. Now to get this deck lid off, we need to get these dreaded Christmas tree clips out. And to do this, I'm using a panel clip pliers, which work awesome. I always used to break these Christmas tree clips, but now they pop right out. Look at that. No damage at all. So let's do the other side too. Boom. So now we're going to take this screw, which is going to go in from the top, and on the underside, we're going to use a large washer, which is going to help mount it securely by distributing any forces on the light bar over a large area, since this is only cardboard. So this whole light bar back here will be strongly secured.
If you need a high-performance portable generator at an unbeatable value, check out Predator Generators from Harbor Freight. Whether for outdoor recreation, job site, or home backup, we have what you need. Predator, the power to do more for less. Only at Harbor Freight.
Are you ready for this?
Applebee's really big meal deal for $9.99. Size matters when it comes to our new hand-breaded
First, second, third, fourth, fifth.
sandwich, plus endless fries and drinks, all for just $9.99.
Now I put a piece of tape on the glass indicating the middle so we could center our traffic advisor. There has to be an even amount of lights on each side for it to be centered. And there are 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 lights on each side. Now let's just make sure there's nothing under the rear deck before we drill. It looks good, but there's a speaker that we need to be careful with. Now we can drill our holes using the light bar brackets as a guide.
Okay.
Good. Now we can add our screws to hold it in place so we could drill the other side. Beautiful. And the bolts slide right in. Now I'm going to use a piece of wood to prop this deck up. And I'm tightening down some nuts on those bolts so it'll hold it in place. And this is what it looks like all tightened down. Now let's go tighten down the other side. That's 1 tightened and 2 tightened. And we don't need this anymore. So let's put these 2 clips back in place. That's 1 and that's 2. Now I want to snake this wire behind the plastic panel here to hide it. And that looks real clean. And I'll do this the whole way down to the floor. And now I'm just tucking the wire out of sight. Now if we look under the carpet here on the passenger side, there's a hidden tube to run wires through. But our wire has a big cigarette lighter adapter on it. So let's cut that off since we're not using it. and we'll run the wire all the way to the front. Just snake the wire through here until it won't go anymore. At the front, here's our wire, and we can pull it the rest of the way through. Nice. So there we go. The wire runs neatly tucked away down the side here, through the tube from the rear to the front of the car. Now to get the seat back in, I need to make sure the middle seat belt is over the seat, just like that. Otherwise, you can't use that seat belt. And if we look behind the seat, there's a spot to clip the seat in place. I just need to get the hook. There we go. And I'll do the same for the other side. Good. Now we need to tighten down the nut that holds the seatbelt in. And whenever you tighten down nuts or bolts for the seatbelt, make sure you torque them. Just like so. Both sides get torqued to 70 foot-pounds. And that's secured. Now we can install our seat. And the cushion slides right into these two clips. So close. Good. And good. I really had to put some backbone into the seat cushion, but it's in. Whew. All right, that looks awesome. We got it wired up, nice and neat. The seat is back in. The wiring is all running up to here, and our dash cam and visor lights are installed. Now we have some stuff at the front of the car we need to install, and that stuff is a light bar and some mini LEDs. I'm taking up the siren because it's going to be in the way of our light bar, which goes right behind the grill, just like that. Now I'm going to mark the holes for the light bar mount with a marker. There's one. We'll go to the other side, and here's the other. Now we can remove the light bar to drill the holes. This bit fits perfectly in the light bar mounting hole, so let's get drilling. It's going to be tough to get the drill in here because it's so tight. So instead, remember to work with the car. Let's take this grill out. Now we have all the space we need.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that right now.
Now let's see how good of a job.
I'll get off, guys. I'll be back on in a little bit. I gotta do some first. I'll be back on in a little bit.
Beautiful. I'm gonna hand screw this in here to align this side.